Hello students, in previous videos we have completed bonding and hybridization in organic molecules. Now in this video let us discuss the nomenclature of organic compounds. It is a quick revision of the IUPAC nomenclature. I hope it will be useful for the JEE Main 2021. Okay, so here in this case the first compound. So as per the IUPAC rules, first we have to select the longest chain. Okay, so here in this case 1 2 3 4 5, so that compound contains the 5 carbons. Okay, so now here 1 2 3 4 5, 5 carbons. Okay, so here the two chains of equal length are possible. So in this case we have to select the parent chain with more number of substituents. If it is our parent chain, this is the substituent and this methyl is the substituent and this bromine is the substituent. Okay, so here with parent chain 5 carbons and 3 substituents. Here in this case, if it is our parent chain, so here only 2 substituents are there. So but in this case this parent chain has 5 carbons as well as 3 substituents. So our parent chain must contain the more number of substituents. So here first of all this IUPAC name is 3 bromo. Okay, 3 bromo and 1 chloro 2 methyl. Okay, 2 methyl pentane. That is the IUPAC name of that compound. Okay, now coming to this one. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, that means here 3 and 4 are the substituents position number. Okay, so it is the longest chain actually. Here 1 2 3 4 5, 5 carbons in the parent chain, but here 1 2 3 4 5 6, here 6 carbons in the parent chain. So it is our parent chain, but here in this case 1 2 3 4 5 6, or if you start from this side 1 2 3 4 5 6, that means here from either side substituents 3 and 4, from either side substituents position 3 and 4, but its name is bromo and its name is chloromethyl. This is chloromethyl. So that means here from either side set of locates same. Okay, from this side here 3 and 4, from this side 3 and 4 per the substituents. Okay, so here in this case this CH2Cl is a chloromethyl. So generally here if there is a CH3, that is a methyl. In this methyl one of the hydrogen replaced by the chlorine, that is a chloromethyl. Okay, this is the chloromethyl, the substituent name. So here chloromethyl and bromo, which one comes first in alphabetical order, that should get the least number. So because here set of locates are the same. Here in this case you have to select the numbering from this carbon only, because here 1 2 3, here 1 2 3 is a set of locates. Okay, if you start from this side 1 2 3 4 5, that means here 3 4 5 is a set of locates, but you have to choose always lowest set of locate. Okay, so it is not our set of locates. Here in this case from either side set of locates same. So in that case you have to select the numbering. That means here that the group which comes first in alphabetical order should get the least number. Okay, that means here from this side you have to select the numbering. So here its name is 3 bromo 4 chloromethyl, 3 bromo 4 chloromethyl hexane. Okay, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, that's it. So next, for suppose you see this one here, this is cycloalkene 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Here double bond position is 1 and set of locates 1 and 6 6. Okay, another possibility for the numbering of this compound, here this one 1 2 3. So again here double bond position is 1, but here set of locates 2 3 and 3. That means here it is the highest set of locate, it is the lowest set of locate. Here 166 is the lowest set of locate. Here 233 is the highest set of locane. Okay, don't consider the least sum rule. Here we have to choose the lowest set of locanes, but not this one. So here 166 trimethyl 166 trimethyl cyclohexaene, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, important this one. For suppose the compound given like this. Here there is a 2-methyl substituent, this is the methyl, so this is the alkene, this is the methyl. So here in this case we can start from this side, 1 2 3. That means here set of locanes is 1 3 3, and here double bond position is 1. That's it. Okay, so actually here between the double bond and substituent, so always we have to start the numbering from the double bond. Okay, that's it. Now here in this case, this is one of the example. Here double bond is there, here methyl is there. Here methyl is the substituent, so always you should start the numbering from the double bond. Here double bond should get the least number over the substituent. So here 3-methyl cyclohexaene, 3-methyl cyclohexaene. Okay, so here in the case of the substituents, here that get the least number, that means here the methyl is a substituent, or OCH3 methoxy group is a substituent, and NO2 is a substituent, halogen is a substituent. In all these cases here numbering always started from the double bonded carbon. Okay, so all these ether group, this alkyl group, NO2 group, halogen group, all these are the substituents. Okay, between the substituent and double bond should get the least number. Okay, that's it. Next one. Yeah, here in this case there is a functional group. Here OH is a functional group. So here OH and functional group and double bond is there. You have to start always numbering from the functional group carbon. Here functional group getting a high priority over the double bond or triple bond. So here the position of the ene is 2. So cyclohexane, its name is cyclohexane 2-ene 1-vol. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now here in this case there is a functional group, there is a methyl substituent, and there is a double bond. So always you should start the numbering from the functional group carbon. And here there is a double bond and there is a methyl. So here in this case 2. Between here double bond and substituent, double bond should get the least number. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means here 6-methyl cyclohexane 2-ene and 1-one. Okay, the ketone, for the ketone suffix is one. That is okay. Next, another one important rule. Here in this case 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbons are there. So generally more number of carbons are present in this parent chain, but no double bond. Here in this case if you proceed in this direction, here there are the 4 carbons and there is a double bond. So that is our parent chain. So our parent chain must contain the unsaturation. Okay, that means it is treated as a substituent. Okay, our parent chain must contain the unsaturation. It means double bond or triple bond irrespective of the its length of the parent chain. So here in this case 2-butyl 2-n-butyl, this is a 2-n-butyl but 3-ene-1-al, all is a suffix for the aldehyde. So its position always 1, so enol. Now okay, this is the important rule. Our parent chain must contain the unsaturation irrespective of its length. Okay, now it is a tertiary amine. So naming of the tertiary amines, here in this case 1 2 3 4 5. That means here this is a pentane 2-amine. This is a pentane 2-amine. But here there is a methyl substituent on the third carbon, and here on the nitrogen there is a methyl and there is a ethyl. So here first you should write the names of the alkyl groups which are attached to the nitrogen. N-ethyl and N-methyl and 3-methyl. Okay, 3-methyl. That is the IUPAC name of this tertiary amine actually. So here in this case again 1 2 3 4 5. So here this is again pentane 2-amine. Pentane 2-amine, the compound IUPAC name. Now here on the nitrogen there is a ethyl group. So just here write like this here, N-ethyl pentane 2-amine. Okay. next here. Here in this case there are the two double bonds, and here in this chain there are the four carbons, but here 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbons we will get in another parent chain. So but here our parent chain must contain the more unsaturation as possible as. So here in this case this is treated as a substituent, that is 2 propyl buta. Actually here it is a buta 1 comma 3 diene. Okay, buta 1 comma 3 diene. That's it. So next it is ester molecule. Okay, so you know the naming for the ester molecule. So generally here for the ester suffix is a O8, and you have to write the name of the alkyl group which is attached to the oxygen. The name of the alkyl group which is attached to the oxygen is a methyl, and here there is a methyl substituent on the second carbon. So 2-methyl butane plus O8, butanoate. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. In the naming of the esters, you should write the name of the alkyl group which is attached to the oxygen, and then we should write if there is any substituent which is attached to the parent chain. Okay, with specify its position. Here in this case here position is not required. Here methyl means here that is attached to the oxygen, okay, of the ester function group. Okay, that's it. Now here the name of this ester. So 1 2 this is a ethanoate, ethane plus O8, ethanoate. And what is the name of this alkyl group? Actually here in this case 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash 4 dash. So here it is named as a 4 dash methyl phenyl. Okay, 4 dash methyl phenyl. This is the alkyl group name, 4 dash methyl phenyl, or also known as a paratoluene, or also known as paratoluene. That's it. Next here it is a polyfunctional compound. Here there is a carboxylic acid group, there is a aldehyde group. Between these two, carboxylic acid group has a high priority, so this aldehyde group is treated as a substituent. And so now here 1 2 3 4, that is treated as a substituent, and 4 carbons plus carboxylic acid. So butane plus oic acid, butanoic acid on the second carbon. So there is a aldehyde group. So that aldehyde, the prefix, this is treated as a prefix. As a prefix it is named as a formyl or aldo. As a suffix it is named as a al. Okay. So here in this case here it is treated as substituent. So when it is treated as substituent there is a different name, that is nothing but prefix formyl. So 2-formyl butane plus oic acid, butanoic acid. Okay, butanoic acid actually. Here oic acid is a suffix for the carboxylic acid. Okay, here for aldehyde Al is a suffix for the CHO, and this formyl is the secondary, that is nothing but prefix actually. Okay, formyl is the prefix. Now here there is one more compound with more functional groups. Here CnNH2CO. Here Cn has a high priority functional group. So 1 2 3 4 5. That means here on the fourth carbon keto group, that is named as a oxo. On the third carbon there is a NH2, it is named as a amino. Okay, so because these two are the substituents. Now it is a main functional group. After giving priority for one functional group, remaining all functional groups treated as a substituents. So here 3 amino, okay, 3 amino 4 oxo, 3 amino 4 oxo pentane nitrile. Okay, pentane nitrile. The suffix for the cyanide is a nitrile. The prefix, sorry, suffix, okay, for this suffix is nitrile. For the Cn suffix is nitrile. That's it. Okay, so here 5 carbons, so pentane nitrile. Now here see this one, it's a very interesting example. Here in this case there are the two functional groups. One is a ketone functional group, other one is a alcohol functional group. But here ketone functional group has a high priority, so we should start numbering from this one. Now here remaining all functional groups are treated as a substituent. All functional groups are treated as a substituent. So here it is a substituent and this is a double bond. So between the substituent and double bond, your double bond should get the lowest number. Okay, so now here 6 hydroxo. Actually here for the OH suffix is ol and prefix, that means when it is named as a substituent we should write like a hydroxy. So 5-hydroxy cyclohex 2-ene and 1-one is the IUPAC name. Okay, so very important here. This OH is a functional group, but in this case it is treated as a substituent, so it should get the least priority over the double bond. Okay, that's it. Next here, the one more some more interesting examples here in this case. Here, if you start from this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here double bond position is 1 and 4, but set of locations 3 and 3. Okay, in another way, if you start like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here in this case, 1, 3 is the position of the double bond. Okay, numbers for the double bond. Here methyl position 5 and 5, but we should give the priority for the both double bonds. Here both double bonds should get the least number. So here methyl position is a 5 5. So here 5 5 dimethyl, this is a 5 5 dimethyl cyclo penta 1,3 diene, cyclopenta 1,3 diene actually. Okay, that's it. So it is the IUPAC name of this compound. Here both double bonds should get the least number. Here in this case 1 4, here in this case 1 3. So here see this one. What is the IUPAC name of this compound? Actually here there is an unsaturation in this ring, so it is our parent chain. Okay, so here you know that for suppose here 4 carbons are there, here 3 carbons are there, this cyclic ring is a parent chain. Now it is treated as a substituent. So N-propyl, this is N-propyl cyclobutane. N-propyl cyclobutane actually. Now here for suppose see this one, here 3 carbons, here on the side chain 1 2 3 4 5 carbons are there, here 3 carbons are there, so it is our parent chain. Now it is a cyclopropyl, that means here 1 2 3 4 5, 2 cyclopropyl pentane, 2 cyclopropyl pentane. For suppose here equal number of carbons are there, okay, equal number of carbons are there, the cyclic chain is treated as a parent chain. So here N-propyl, this is N-propyl cyclopropane, N-propyl cyclopropane, that's it. Okay, for suppose here it is a actually here 3-membered ring, but in this case there are the 1 2 3 4 5 carbons, but here this ring has a unsaturation, so it is a parent chain. Now it is treated as a substituent, so that is a N-pentyl. This name is N-pentyl. Here 1 2 3, that means here 3 N-pentyl cycloprop-1-ene. Okay, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now in this case there is an unsaturation in this compound, so it is our parent chain. Now this methyl is the substituent and this cyclopentyl with bromine is the substituent, so it is named as a bromocyclopropyl. Okay, bromocyclopropyl. Here bromocyclopropyl, here in this case methyl, here bromocyclopropyl comes first in alphabetical order, so here numbering should be started from this side. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, because you should start from the double bond. If you start from this one 3 and 6, if you start from this one here 3 and 6. Okay, but here the groups which comes first in alphabetical order should get the least number when set of locants equal from either side. So here it is case 3 bromocyclopropyl, but here in this case 1 dash 2 dash, this bromine on the 2 dash carbon, so 2 dash bromocyclopropyl, this is placed on the third carbon, and next here on the 6th carbon there is a methyl, on the 6th carbon there is a methyl, so next cyclohex 1-ene, that is. Okay, so its substituent is a bromocyclopropyl, but here bromine position is a 1 dash 2 dash, that means 2 dash bromocyclopropyl. Okay, 2 dash bromocyclopropyl 6 methyl cyclohex 1-ene. Next here This is one more NSEC question. Okay, 2019 NSEC question. Here in this case you have to select the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here only 4 carbons are there, but here our parent chain must contain the unsaturation. Now it is a substituent. It is nothing but CH2Br. It is named as a bromomethyl, and there is a chlorine substituent on the 5th carbon. So here first of all 3 bromomethyl, 3 bromomethyl, and next here 5 chloro, 5 chloro and pent1ene. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. And next here is also previous NSCC question 2017. Here it is a amide function group, first one and second one. But here in this case 3 and 4, here 3 and 4. Either parent chain has 5 carbons, but in this direction there is a double bond, in this direction there is a triple bond. But here in this case, as per the given key here, as per the rules, that parent chain must contain the double bond over the triple bond. Double bond gets a high priority than the triple bond, because here in this case number of carbons are same. So here it is our parent chain. Now it is treated as a substituent. As a substituent, that is named as a ethinyl. Okay, this group is named as a ethinyl because IUPAC name is ethine. So if hydrogen is removed as an alkyl group, it is named as a ethinyl, and 4 carbons, so but 3 ene and 1 amide. Okay, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. And next year one more previous NSCC question. It is a 2014 question. So again select the start the numbering from the double bond, because this is a substituent, this is a substituent. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means here 5 bromo, this is the bromomethyl. So here first one, so 5 bromo, and next here 3 bromomethyl, because here CH2Br it is bromomethyl. Okay, bromomethyl, and 5 carbons are there, so pent1ene. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now it is also previously NSCC question. It is a ester and it is a ether. So it is a substituent always. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. That means here 4 methoxy. Here it is a ethyl actually. So first here you have to write the name of the alkyl group which is attached to the oxygen while naming of the esters. And here 4 carbons, and there is a substituent on the 4th carbon. So 4 methoxy. Okay, 4 methoxy and butanoate. Okay, butanoate. That is the IUPAC name of that compound. Okay, so in next video let us discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of cyclic compounds. That means here when cyclic compounds are directly attached to the terminal functional group. Okay, in that case there is a special case, so we will discuss in next video. Please watch and share my video.